And back here, CRS 2024, live at the Omni Hotel. Of course, out there too. He's making, I love that, bird signs out there too. Here again, KKTC True Country 99.9, and of course, our friends out there too. HighTideCountry.net, continuing coverage all week long, and of course, the Doghouse Saloon tonight and tomorrow from 6 to 10. Friday night, the benefit show for Toby Keith out there, Show Dog. And friends coming up in a little bit. The guy who put it together, Big Vinny, coming up here on the Backstage Pass in just a little bit. But the legend, John Barry, joins us here. What's up, man?
In my spare time.
Well, hey, so what is going on? A lot of projects, a lot of cool things happening in your camp, and man, you're rolling on. Songwriting, music, everything. Tell us about it.
Well, I did a record most recently about 2 years ago called Find My Joy, but we're out touring on that, and we of course just getting off Christmas. Christmas each year we do a Christmas tour. This is our 27th year doing that run of shows, and 28th will be coming up this season, of course, and they're already locking that in. And matter of fact, it goes on sale, I think, June 1st. The whole tour goes on sale. About 25 cities this year, so that'll be a lot of fun. But I'm out doing a handful of different things. I do a run of solo acoustic dates every year, and then we also do band dates during the summer, the fairs and festivals during the summertime. And then do a Christmas thing, and then I also started a production company. We've been touring with our own sound and lighting and video for years, and then during for Christmas, but then the rest of the year we don't use it a lot. So to keep my crew guys busy, and so I don't lose them, we started a production company so we can rent that stuff out and they go out and work it. And so that's been a lot of fun getting all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of fun.
I want to ask you too, get your opinion on this, because I loved your music growing up. It was right there synonymous with that 90s country movement. And you look at guys, I mean, you saw Shenandoah here today, and so many other greats, McBride and the Ride back together. Heartland just got back together. And I feel like there's a movement now of the music back then that you guys put out. Your Love Amazes Me, and all these great songs that you guys did back in the day, because there's a hunger, there's a thirst for it. And I think now with Randall King and Zach Top and some of these other guys who really understand what it was like growing up on that type of music and that movement, how important is that for the industry, and is it a good thing?
I think it's a good thing, and it'll be a lot of fun for myself and Shenandoah, those good friends of mine, and different folks like that. We go out tour and bring that music back, and there was some really, really great music that came out during that time frame that stood the test of time. You hear them today and go, well, yeah, I get that, and there's nothing better than songs that stand the test of time.
Which is a good thing here too. And I think in conjunction with it, man, this female movement now we're seeing, can't recall one like this since the 90s too, and I think good for the ladies of country music like the Lainey Wilsons and Lindsay Ells and Ashley McBride, Carly Pierce, and so many others doing their thing out there. Great to see that every dog have it today, and they're doing it for the ladies.
And if the ladies are good, we're good.
Keep those ladies happy.
Keep the girls happy.
Country music too, which is good out there too. Hey, give me some hobbies away from music that you enjoy doing.
Keeping my bus running. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm a grandpa. I'm a grandpa now, so spending time with my grandkids. I got one that lives right here in Gallatin, Tennessee, about 4 miles from me. So I get to go see my little fellow about every day, and so he's 2 years old. We're having a lot of fun. And my granddaughter's out in Texas. I don't get to see her as much, but we try to make trips out to Texas every 3 months to go out and hang out with them for a few days. So that takes a lot of Papa's time.
Yeah, which is good. Hey, we talked about Your Love Amazes Me, and I don't know where the time is going. The years pass by so quickly now, and it's just up and gone for the next day too. But those great songs that you got to write or co-write or record and put out there too, it's amazing. We're talking, 20, 22, 23 years. Still 30. Those songs, 30 years. Yeah, it's amazing.
Your Love Amazes Me. I was at CRS 30 years ago.
That's amazing.
94.
Amazing.
And I sang Your Love Amazes Me at the New Faces show.
The New Faces show.
And the place came undone.
It's just
I'll never forget.
And those songs still, even today, stand the test of time in country music too. So I'll give tribute to the great songwriters out there, because without the great songwriters, there is no song. And I know that for a lot of people, you either enjoy one part of the songwriting or you enjoy which collaboration is now becoming a big part of the industry to step inside a studio and kind of get in there, writers round, whatever it is. I think the songwriting is as strong as it's ever been. Build on that for me a little bit.
Yeah, there are some great songwriters out there, young and old, and these guys get together and write great songs. Your Love Amazes Me was written by Chuck Jones and Amanda Hunt Taylor, and I was the lucky guy who drew the card. And to me, that song, singer didn't matter. Didn't matter.
Just written,
anybody sing that song have a hit with it. Rip your heart out. Man. It's a great piece of music. And so I feel fortunate I got to do that. I had a great time getting together with Liz Hingberg, who wrote a bunch of Reba's hits, and a guy named Will Robinson, who's a great songwriter here in town. And we wrote a song together about my dad called The Richest Man. And man, that's been my most requested song at my shows. The song's never been released on radio.
Now, speaking of shows, are you kind of back out there now, looking to pick up a little few extra shows, performing live on stage?
Yeah, well, I do several different shows every year. I do solo acoustic run every year. I do my band stuff during the summer, doing fairs and festivals. My band doing hits and all that stuff. I do a love song sing in February. We do about 2 weeks of shows centered around Valentine's Day, because I did an album a number of years back called I Give My Heart, which is love songs that I've recorded along with songs that I grew up with, like If by David Gates and Bread, Town of Autumn with Jim Croce, Love Look What You've Done to Me from the Urban Cowboy soundtrack, Skaggs did, great love song. And then I do my Christmas show every year, and then we go out do one of the dates at churches every year. I did an album called Find My Joy. That's a faith-based record, and do songs off that album. And get to encourage other believers. And so it's a lot of fun getting to do that.
I wanted to ask you about, of course, we're doing a benefit show this Friday, Show Dog and Friends, just a benefit for the late, great Toby Keith, and, of course, silent auction out there, too, and raising money for childhood cancer for OK Kids Corral. Just talk about what he meant to the industry, 32 number one hits in 30 years in the business.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Toby was a force, and he was a great entertainer. He knew how to pick songs that related to people. And had a great band. Matter of fact, Rich Eckhart, who played guitar with me for a while, ended up playing guitar with him forever. And a great guitar player, great guy. And but Toby was straight up Oklahoma Cowboy boy, and he meant a lot to a lot of people. And so I'm glad y'all are doing this.
It'll be a fun time out there, John. Always appreciate you dropping a vine to us, and always good seeing one of the greats in the business. John Barry here, continuing coverage. Big Benny coming up here in a little bit. We'll talk more about Show Dog and Friends Friday night. Of course, tonight, the Doghouse Saloon, 6 to 10. Out there, too, again, with our friends at MC1 Nashville, interviewing all type of artists. Second floor of the green room, private bar, private restroom, having a great time out there, too, with all the great artists. And Friday night, the Wild Beaver Saloon, Show Dog and Friends. Coming back in a little bit, here in just a flash, you're more from CRS 2024, KKTC, True Country, 99.9, and our friends at HighTideCountry.net. And powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Stay tuned for a lot more.